Hey friends, happy Tuesday, the 17th of August, first day of school for our public school kiddos here at Sweetwater 1. Let's be praying for everybody involved in education these days, please. I'll give you a reflection on the readings. There's a link on the sidebar. Read the readings prayerfully, then turn off your screen, spend some time with the Lord. Making the request this week, it's difficult for me, but it does help to spread the word about these videos and help people to pray. If you were to like these videos on Facebook or to share them onto your timeline, that would be helpful. If you're catching this on YouTube, if you wanted to upvote and subscribe, that also helps with the algorithm. Thank you. All right, here comes a reflection. We have the reading of Judges, Gideon, and then we have Matthew's Gospel. Jesus starts Matthew's Gospel, how difficult it is for one who is rich to enter the kingdom of heaven. And then he says, easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of heaven. I don't want us to hear this about other people. And I want to make this a very challenging gospel today. I don't want us to think about the rich, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, whoever else, is in that list of the richest people. Let them worry about their own salvation. What if we were to paint this in middle class terms? I try to do this a fair amount when I talk about the distractions of our own life. But, what's the biggest impediment to needing God for us? We're in control of our lives. We're comfortable. We're safe. We're healthy. Our kids in general are healthy and doing well. We've created a society in many ways where the middle class doesn't need God. What does it sound like when Jesus were to say, I tell you this, how difficult it is for the comfortable to enter the kingdom of heaven. Easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for those who are comfortable. Complacency, we all know it. Complacency chokes out the spiritual life if we aren't really careful. What if Jesus were to say how difficult it is for those who are thought well of in their circle of peers, in their neighborhood? I say to you, it would be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it would be for one who is well regarded and self-satisfied in their community. Think about for younger people, for whom often it may not be possessions, but it may be memories, exciting things, right? Instagram profile. How difficult it is for one with so many abundant memories to enter into the kingdom of heaven, right? All of the ways that we can insulate ourselves. And frankly, friends, I'm talking about myself here, how easy it is for me to insulate myself from the spiritual life, to be well regarded in my own life and in my own world, and to be the center of my story. So just invite you, read that gospel, but allow yourself to hear the full weight of the challenge. And then, of course, there's always the good news. For human beings, this is impossible. But for God, nothing is impossible. And if we are brave, we might pray that in the midst of our comfort, our security, our happy memories, in the midst of our good opinions of others, in the midst of our health and our prosperity, we would give God permission to work powerfully and to be first and foremost above everything in our lives. All right, we have a story of the judge, Gideon, who is going to rise up and save the people and bring peace for a period of time. Part of the gift of Gideon's call is just this absolute reliance on God, that God is the one that's acting behind Gideon. And to just, we probably don't have the experience of this sort of miraculous call story like Gideon does. But to imagine that we are being sent out to be of service and care and support in whatever way it is that we live this, that our call is every bit as powerful, as dramatic, and as important as Gideon's was. To whom is God sending us today? And how are we relying on the help of God in order to do it? All right. Have an awesome Tuesday, friends. Read the readings prayerfully. turn off the screen, spend some time praying before you move on to other things. Like and upvote and subscribe and all of that stuff that I'm supposed to ask you to do. Let's be praying for everybody involved in education. Let's be praying for folks that are struggling and having a hard time. All right. God bless you all, friends.